Hey guys, today I'm going to start doing a new weekly podcast. I'll just put it on my old podcast numbering system. But every week, or every time I get new comics, I'm going to talk about the comics I got, tell you what I suggest, and what I don't suggest. First off, I'm not going to do anything older than like 2 or 3 years old if I got it. But if it's still fairly easy to get, like you could probably find it at your store most likely, and I'll probably talk about it a little. First off, I want to talk about Supergirl number 1. This is the new 52 Supergirl number 1. I thought it was a pretty good book. I really enjoyed it. I mean, there wasn't much to it. She pretty much just landed, but I liked the inner dialogue. I think it's an interesting story. And I think this could be one that I would continue with. I'm looking for a few new stories to look at. So this one's probably going to be the Superman book I go for. I really enjoy the art. I think the Supergirl character, since they're kind of starting from scratch, it's a lot more interesting than what they were doing with Superman in the New 52. So I think this is the Superman book I'll be picking up from now on. I'll try and probably catch up on Midtown and Source. So next off, I want to talk about Superman number 1. I didn't like this book. There was too much dialogue, first off. I didn't really like how the characters didn't act as much like each other. I just didn't really enjoy it that much. I mean, I didn't like how, in the first place, how they broke up Clark Kent and Lois Lane. So the whole book just kind of felt weird to me. I didn't think it was really in a direction. Like, it felt like they had all these new characters, like they reinvented all the characters, and that's okay. But I think they should have started from scratch, and this should have been at the same time as Action Comics, so it feels like you wanna that you should kind of know the mythos, and like it's trying to surprise you, like at the end where Lois isn't with Clark but with some other dude. That's fine and all, but I kind of wish that, like, if I hadn't read Action Comics number 1, I don't think I would have liked this as much as I did. I just wasn't a fan. The art is great, but I still don't even think it was as good as Supergirl, which is kind of disappointing. So, alright, that's book 2. Next book I want to talk about is All New X-Men number 4. This was great. Jean pretty much found out about all new X-Men or old X-Men found out about about Scott and the evil mutants kind of now, and they were really kind of disappointed about that. And it was a pretty good book. I mean, like, I really do love the artwork. Brian Michael Bendis is making, there's talking in it, and I care about the story. It's not like the new Superman number 1 where I didn't really care. There was just a ton of talking to be a ton of talking. This feels like it's important for the story. It feels like something I care about. It's good writing, great art, so I think All New X-Men right now is the story to get. Marvel Now, pick up number 1. There's only 1 through 7, and I think it's really kind of annoying that they're making so many issues of this. I think this is a bi-monthly book, so I'm gonna put this on a pull list. So very cool book there. Next off, I'll talk about the previews. I don't know why I'm just seemingly doing these random, but you get a free Marvel Now preview book. It's actually pretty interesting. I really think it's cool. I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy .1 is the first preview, and I'm probably gonna check out Guardians of the Galaxy. The start seemed pretty interesting. The new Uncanny X-Men. I don't know if Scott's changing his suit to look like his red suit with the X, or if that was just the Uncanny X-Men. I'm kind of confused by that. But this was a good book too. I don't know who drew it. Just from the preview, it seems pretty good. It's by Brian Michael Bendis and Chris Bacalino. I'm not good at pronouncing last names, sorry guys. But the art is pretty good. It kind of reminds me of Kick-Ass, which I'll talk more about that a little later in this review. But it's by Brian Michael Bendis, so if this is a monthly issue rather than bi-weekly like All New X-Men, this will probably be one that I'm going to put on my pull list. Next you can see a little bit of Nova Corps number 1, or Nova number 1. Nova's pretty much a rip-off of Green Lantern for anyone who didn't know, but there isn't much on this. It looks pretty interesting, though. You also got a preview of Wolverine, which there's not much to it. I like Wolverine, but I don't think I like him as much as everyone else likes him. But, you know, he's still really cool. I think I would like him a little more if I grew up with the 90s cartoon, but I didn't, so. Alright, next up we got Uncanny X-Force, which looks very interesting. I like how Storm's on the Uncanny X-Force. So that looks really cool. There isn't much to that either. The new Defenders looks fantastic with Valkyrie and Miss Knight. But I was never a huge fan of Defenders, and I'm not a huge fan of Valkyrie or Miss Knight either. Now, Secret Avengers is another one I might get once in a while. From the team, it looks like new Nick Fury, which is the more Sam Jackson one to match with the movies. We got maybe Maria Hill, I can't really tell. And then we got Hawkeye and Black Widow. Very interesting team. I wish Winter Soldier was on it, because I like when Winter Soldier reacts with Black Widow, and I wish there was kind of like I think it's interesting when Black Widow teams up with Hawkeye, because there's always kind of that thing, because they used to be love interests for a long time. So that was always pretty interesting. I think this book looks really cool, and I'm at least gonna pick up the first issue. Pretty cool. So that was the Marvel preview catalog thing that I was talking about. Next, I'll do Superior Spider-Man. This book was fantastic, as always. Dan Slott is really picking up his art, and I don't think he's great with arcs. Like, I'd always buy a few issues of his arc, and then I'd be like, and kind of put it off to the side. But I am loving the Superior Spider-Man. I like how he's doing these kind of one-shots, and I think that's very interesting where the people start to find out. I know he's going to cross over with Age of Ultron, but I think that that should happen kind of more gradually. In this issue, Spider-Man fights the Vulture, and there's a very comedical scene at the start where J. Jonah Jameson makes his own like little bat symbol for Spider-Man, and then Doc Ock just comes over and blows it up, and then he's like, "Did I pass the test?" Kind of thinking like he thought that J. Jonah Jameson couldn't be stupid enough to do that, and I thought it was kind of funny. But he fights the Vulture, and it's a very good book. Like, at first he was like, kind of like, "Come on, Vulture, I'll give you some money to quit." But Vulture didn't believe him, kind of thought he was taunting him or something. Sent his minions on him, which were like small vultures. I don't know if I think he assumed they were like, smaller people, or like robots or something, but they turned out to be kids, and Spider-Man goes crazy and goes after the Vulture. So very cool book there. I highly suggest that book as well. Shoot. Next I'll do Captain America. Captain America's story was okay. He got captured by Armin Zilla, but I didn't really like the art in this. I mean, I know John Romita Jr. can do very more serious art. Like, I like his 90s, like, kind of like Punisher art, where it's kind of realistic, and that's what I think they should have done with this. But he went for like a kick-ass style here, which I don't think works at all with Captain America. I know there's several characters in the Marvel Universe that I think it would work with. Like, if they did it on like the Young Avengers book, cool. I would think that was awesome. But Captain America, I always thought was more of a serious artwork, and just by the artwork kind of took me out of the story, because it looks so much like Kick-Ass. Like, maybe that's what Marvel wanted, but I don't know. So I don't think I'll be continuing with I know I'm not going to be continuing with Captain America, which is a shame, because I love Captain America, and I've never really been following his books, so that's very unfortunate. I do think the covers and stuff are really cool, even with that kick-ass style, but I just don't like the interior that much. Next off, we'll look at Star Wars #1. Star Wars #1 was pretty good, actually. It didn't feel like the original Star Wars trilogy to me. It kind of felt like a different entity in its own. I mean, of course, they had like all the story elements, but I think there was more talking to it. The personality of Leia was a little different, because I think they kind of manned up Leia, which I love. I really like the story. The cover art alone is beautiful, and I saw first print, but I bought second print just because I thought it was beautiful without anything, and I really like the Alex Ross painting on this. Looks beautiful, looks like the original trilogy. I just love this book to death, at least from the cover alone. But the book was pretty good itself. I think I would definitely advise picking up this book. Try it for yourself. I know fans of the original trilogy, like myself, it's either a hit or miss, because it's different than that. It's a different entity, and you gotta keep that in mind. It's a different medium, but the characters are a little different. So for people that are really diehard, like, this isn't how Leia was, it's slightly different. It's a different story, it's a different context, so I think it's good. I think it's good, and I'm definitely gonna at least pick up the next issue. Let's see. I'll do Hawkeye next. Hawkeye was fun as well. At first, the artwork interiors kind of turned me off, and I didn't really like the style, because when I see Archer comics, I think they should kind of be realistic, kind of like Captain America. Of course, again, as I said, I really do not mind when they do some side character arcs where they're not realistic, but like characters like Spider-Man, Captain America, like I think Iron Man would be cool in this style, but like characters like Captain and Thor looks cool in this style, but I mean like Captain America, Hawkeye, Spider-Man, those are some characters I don't like in this style. However, in this book, it looked fantastic. I mean, like at first it turned me off, but when I started to read this book, by halfway through I was sold on this book. This book was fantastic. I really liked it, and I liked how the story wasn't like instant action. I liked the idea of it. I really did like it. How it just shows how much Hawkeye like cares for other people and stuff, and how he's an Avenger, but he also cares about other people and stuff. So this is a great pickup. I would definitely advise picking up Hawkeye #1 at least. I might be continuing on with this book, but I can't afford to put so much junk in my pull list every week. I'm planning on doing like $5-6 a week on my pull list. So next off, we got Green Arrow #17. New team that's writing this. We got Jeff Lemire, and yeah, Jeff Lemire's writing it. It was good. It was pretty good written. The style was a lot like from Andrea Sorrentino. I told you I'm not good at last names, but it's a lot like Hawkeye's art on the inside. A little different, but like kind of the same premise, where it's not super detailed, but like that's like what they wanted, and it comes off like Hawkeye, but it's just not as good. They go into the action right away. It's pretty fun. I mean, like, I might actually, like, this and Hawkeye, I would almost say, depending on which character you like more, is the book you should pick up, because they're very similar. I kind of hope Green Arrow stays this good. I don't know. It's just different, so I don't know yet how good it'll be. But I think, yeah, so it was a pretty good book. Overall, I would advise Green Arrow. He's very cool, or a very good book. If you have a lot of money to buy the books. If you really like Green Arrow and Hawkeye, if you have enough, I would definitely advise getting Green Arrow and Hawkeye. They're both very good books. Two very similar books. Star Wars, if you're a Star Wars fan, I'd advise it, at least for one issue, just to give it a try, because I know it feels different than the normal Star Wars. There's a lot of dialogue and all that, but it's still good. Captain America, if you don't mind the kick-ass style, it's pretty good. But it's not a bad book. Superior Spider-Man's fantastic, as always. I would just continue to buy that, like no matter what. Marvel Now, the previews, of course it's free. I would definitely advise flipping through that, because that educated some of my decisions and some stuff I might pick up in the future. All New X-Men, definitely another suggestion. All New X-Men is the book right now, I believe. I like it better than Hawkeye and Walking Dead and all that garbage, because it's just a fun book. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm a fan of superheroes and stuff, so that's why I really like it. Next off, of course, we got Superman. I advise Superman to anyone again. Actually, I would advise it to any Superman fan. I mean, it's not a great book, but I've read some later issues that kind of picked up on, if you're kind of used to the New 52 thing, I'd advise it to you, and I'd definitely advise picking up the first issue to give it a try, because it's not my cup of tea, but I know for some Superman fans it might, so I'd definitely try it. Supergirl is also another great book. Definitely a pickup in my book. This is probably, I'm going to start following Supergirl as one of my New 52 titles. I'm going to catch up to it, so hopefully I continue to like Supergirl. I'm going to throw it on my pull list. And so yeah, that's all for today, guys. The ones I can really advise, again, the books that you have to pick up are Supergirl, All New X-Men, Superior Spider-Man, Star Wars, and Hawkeye and Green Arrow. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys always watching. It's a lot of fun to make these videos, I think. So hopefully you guys could keep watching them, and that'd be great. Thank you.